All right. How was your exam? How was your exam? How did you perform it?
Yeah, it did go well. So I was able to get to most of the ones, except two time calculations, the third and the fourth one.
Okay.
I created the third one, and I don't know whether that's right. I created in both ways, and somehow it's not working.
Okay. Let me see what calculations I gave you. Okay. Third, fourth. If an employee is a mechanical maintenance technician and earns daily overtime on weekend, they should be paid can a Canada weekend double time. Okay.
Hmm.
That was the calculation.
Yeah, that's well. The third one is that if a facilities administrator works on a Saturday or Sunday, they will be paid a premium on top of their regular hours, and it should be tagged as weekend premium, right? So that's the one I
Okay.
tried. And so I did create a true or false condition saying it has to be a Saturday or Sunday.
What's the calculation name?
Um, it's RPD CAD weekend. RPD
RPPD.
underscore CAD. Uh,
Weekend over.
the third one from the top. Yeah. So I created a conditional calculation.
Greater than one?
Greater than zero. I tried greater than, I tried multiple things. So I said
Why?
than zero. And I also tried removing that as well because there is no need of that line at all, the total reported hours, right? Because we just want the condition of is Saturday or Sunday to be true, right?
Did you check the group if that calculation is for that group or not?
Yeah, it is assigned to the group. So I even tried like with by removing it.
What is the worker name?
Uh,
There are only two
Leah
workers.
Grant. Leah Grant.
Which this
Yeah, so I tried entering time for the weekends. So it should have given me in the details.
1 second. Leah Grant is a facility administrator.
Yeah, she is.
Why your regular and total hours are not showing over here? Why they are not been mapped?
Yeah, I didn't add those ones. I added it for the other person, but not for this person. It kept on like signing me out, so I tried to get the calculations done because that part I know how to do it.
But why did you enter so much of time over here?
I was just testing it out, and I could have changed it, but then yeah, I was just entering it.
This is your calculation RPD weekend double.
No, it's I said RP.
First check your calculation ran or not. That is the first thing that
Yeah,
you
the
need to check.
calculation tag is the
The
weekend premium,
calcul
right?
I don't know what your calculation ran or not on the weekend.
Yeah, the
Your
double.
calculation didn't your calculation didn't ran did not run on that day. You need to check your calculation. On Saturday your calculation did not run.
Right. Yeah.
It's your calculation mistakes.
Okay. Yeah, I see that they are, but I don't know what's wrong.
If an employee works for more than 40 hours a week, the additional hours should be tagged at Canada weekly overtime. If an employee works more than 8 hours in a day, the additional hours should be tagged as daily overtime. If the,
Yeah, I hourly overtime. That's what I created.
Why you added those so much of things? Total time reporter project
No,
no and
I
those
did not. These ones were already there. I just used the same eligibility rule.
create your own. What's the time entry code that you're using?
The last one, the time CAD. I think it's the last one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, 10/8. Okay. All the calculation are disrupted because of the this kind of hours that you have entered. The hours that have been stated over the calculation, you need to do that only.
Okay. No, because I was
Do
testing
not,
the
no, never. So you could have
because
corrected it.
the second calculation said the weekly it has to be more than 40 hours.
So I could have verified it. Now you need not need to do extra work.
Okay. Yeah, that one is for the next calculation.
Why configurable period? What
Because
what what was the reason behind thinking like that?
because it said it should only do the double time on the weekends, and that weekend should earn like whichever weekend had a daily overtime on a weekend, right? Because the question is, if an employee is maintenance technician and earns daily overtime on a weekend, they should be paid Canadian weekend double time. So only if they have earned overtime on a weekend, then it should be double time. So I was trying this out.
The second one, na?
No, this is the
You-
fourth one. The third
If
and
a
fourth.
maintaining if a maintenance technician earns daily overtime on a weekend, then they should be paid Canadian double time. Okay. Overtime, if they are earning, if if an employee is a mechanical sorry maintenance technician and earns daily overtime, okay, if that person is eligible for daily overtimes, and if that person is working on a weekend, so what you could have done, if you could have used the tag of daily overtime, and you could have create a conditional calculation and added those double time.
Okay.
It is
Yeah,
absolutely wrong.
I was thinking about it, but I wasn't sure how to do it.
Conditional calculation. This is the wrong calculation that you have created, and this has created the chaos.
Oh, but this one I just created like a few minutes ago before the class started. I was just trying it out. The third one I created in the afternoon and I was testing it out and it did not work.
No weekly overtime ran.
It's the weekend we need.
What is the priority for daily overtime?
The daily overtime is more than 8 hours a day.
Priority.
Oh, priority. I think I gave one.
Hmm. You got it. Priorities change.
Oh, okay. That's interesting now. Okay. The priority made the difference. Okay.
They always do make the difference. Okay, after that, this if a employee maintenance technician earns daily overtime on a weekend, they should be paid can weekend overtime. So you will do it. If an employee is a maintenance technician, they should receive an additional premium for all hours worked between the shift
Yeah, that
differences.
one I get it. It's just the fourth one, I'm not sure how to do it.
The fourth one, you need to do it by creating a conditional calculation. Use the cal tag over here, which conditional conditional
Okay.
calculation, same condition is Saturday or Sunday. If this tag is present, then replace this tag by your new tag. That's it.
So I have to use the Canadian weekend one, right? Because we are only talking about the weekend if it is overtime.
No. What? How? How? Why?
Because they're
It's a
saying,
daily overtime. It's a daily overtime. If a worker is working on a daily basis more than 8 hours, what it is saying that if a person is working more than 8 hours on a weekend, all right. So what you need to do, it is a daily overtime. It is evaluating on a daily basis. Okay.
oh,
In the daily overtime, it doesn't matter. It is Saturday or Sunday.
okay,
That they
but
want.
why does it say daily overtime on a weekend?
So daily overtime on a weekend, so which means you just need to create a conditional calculation where you need to mention the criteria that if this that is a certain Saturday or Sunday, and if the worker has crossed more than 8 hours on that particular day. So which
Oh,
means the 8 hours on a particular day is generated and stored in this value, which is the standard overtime. If that is there, then it should go over. But in your weekly calculation, weekend premium calculation, it is whatever hours is worked on Saturday or Sunday are stored over here. So it doesn't make a sense over there.
okay.
All right. Okay. So yeah, pretty much good. But yeah, you need to work on this. It is not done yet.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the
Make sure
only
you do.
one left out, and then the labels for Leah. I have fixed for the other person, Dominic. I have fixed the labels, but it's just Leah's label. I didn't fix it.
Cool. Cool enough.
Yeah, and I was able to put the warning messages and everything is done. Yeah.
Good. All right. So there's one new feature with Workday.
Is it the 2021 R1?
2021 hour I haven't seen.
Okay.
I'll see it.
Yeah, I read
View,
about it. I said
view
it
schedule versus, yeah, it only gives whatever supervisory organization you will choose, and whatever criteria you will add over there. It is only for 7 days. It does not get exceed more than 7 days. For a week, always it gives a good values, the good one. So the report says whatever person has worked on that particular on a daily basis, all right, about each worker it gives, all right, that person's schedule hours, the person has worked actually on that hours, and the variance. So that person hasn't worked on that day, that person hasn't worked on that day. It is a very good report that has come up.
okay.
This is known as schedule versus actual hours report. Oh, okay. This is one other thing that I wanted to introduce. These are the new topics that have come up. Yeah, and please keep, if you have started time tracking, please keep an eye on what's new in Workday in 2021. All right, that would help you out. What are the new calculations have come up? So yeah, these are very good calculations. What has been there? There is a new calculation also, but I didn't taught you that because that has been not used yet at many of the times. This is under the beta version, and that hasn't been quite effective yet. So
The rest
I
day.
didn't.
The rest
Yeah,
day?
minimum rest calculation.
Yeah. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, this is one. This has been used, but yeah, that the thing is that this calculation needs a lot of work from the workday standpoint of view. There's a lot of brainstorms, and generally customer doesn't allow this calculation. Rather than they have that old traditional method of creating calculation, time block create calculation, and time block conditional calculation. What is this calculation is all about? This calculation is about like that. If a worker is working on a non-scheduled shift, for example, if I have my shift starts at 7 a.m. and I ended up at 1 p.m., the company proposed that you should have minimum this kind of rest period of time. After that, if after that you can log into the system. Okay, but somehow if I don't, for example, my company says that after 8 hours of your rest, you can again come to the office and work. But if you don't, then the difference from that hours, for example, um, 10 to 6 is my job. 8 hours means 8 hours of rest means I can join after 4. All right,
Right.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
4 a.m.
Yeah,
But somehow if I join like at 3 a.m., which means I have there is 1 hour left for my rest to complete. Correct?
correct.
So that 1 hour would be paid at under the premium.
Okay.
That is minimum rest calculation. This has certain defects under that. Let's test. So first you define the minimum rest hours like 8. You need to define what these are for only in and out.
Okay.
You created 8, all right. And after that, over there, so what it is like, the minimum hours should be 8 hours. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if I come earlier than whatever hours are left behind the minimum start time would be given as a premium. Okay, but the grace period means that it means that if I have not, if I've taken 6 hours also or 8 hours also, but the difference would be only of sorry, the minimum grace period last out means it would compensate the 8 like that. Okay, it won't be like 6. Okay, so means 6 is the grace period, like if you should have 6 hours of rest, nothing. It should be minimum 8 hours. It is the grace period that if I have taken 6 hours also
Mm-hmm.
as a rest period, it would consider it as 8 only.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So it would generate this calculation needs more attention, more work on that, but customer are not using as of now. Okay. If you encounter in your organization, just let me know also if they have used it, how. But yeah, most of the customers are not because they are getting certain problems regarding the calculations.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think we are pretty much done with the time tracking part. Uh, the reports that we create on time tracking is generally based on time day. All right, time day, time block, time week. These are the data source that you need to create. Okay,
Okay.
that you need to use. Okay, there are a lot of reports. General reports that comes into the mind would be time overtime hours captured, time tracking. Would what I would say, time blocks captured, uh, time entered but not submitted. These are the general reports that comes into the mind. All right, time not submitted, time submitted report. Okay, these are the reports that you would be day in day out working, and these are pretty much easy reports. But when it comes to the notification of time tracking report, then you please always use time day as your data source.
Okay.
All right, that would be, please note it down. Whenever you're using data source as for a notification, like if a worker has entered the time but not submitted,
Yeah.
okay,
Where will you use the notification?
we configure that in alert.
Okay. Within the BP? Is it within the BP?
No, no, alert is some separate thing in Workday.
Okay.
Configure alert. Report, you add your report over there, which report you have created. It takes the data from the report. For example, it has taken the data from this report. What is the frequency? The report is running on weekly basis. Okay, you add the parameter over there from the report. You create the
Oh, right.
notification of
Yeah, yeah, I've done that.
subject, and that is alert. Okay, I created a lot of things for Workday, so this is one of the good alerts that you can create. Okay, and so far so good. Any query that you have till now for this class is what you have not understood, please feel this is a Q&A session. Please feel free to ask.
Okay. So the one thing that I want to ask is in the time calculations, I know we have mostly used the time day, but like that I also see like time week and time shift and all those things.
Hmm.
And when I was checking back some of the calculations that was already created, I noticed that people have used those, like all four of them together.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so they,
is that are under and logic. This and this and this and this. Hmm.
okay. So for example, I picked something called Saturday worked. So it said the time block condition is if the day of the week is Saturday, and then time shift condition is greater than 8 hours. So they put all the conditions like within there, like rather than
Hmm.
create a calculated field.
Yes, yes, that. Work Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday worked actually. Yeah, Saturday worked.
So day of the week is Saturday, time shift is greater than and is Saturday and weekly reported hours is greater than Arey wah, what a
I don't know
great
whether this is the
calculation.
correct one. I don't know. So I thought I'll check with you. This is this like even true?
This calculation would work certainly not because there's no calculation tag mentioned, which tag to look at. But yeah,
Okay.
certainly this is under and logic that day of the week is. So here he must have created a calculated field.
Okay.
Okay, day of the week. This no, it is not needed over here. Okay, why he has added or she has added, I don't know. But yeah, time shift is greater than 8 hours. That is good. Okay. If the shift is 8 hours in that day is Saturday, weekly reported hours, including time off, is greater than scheduled weekly hours. Ah, what a great field. Yeah, this is good. Good type of calculation.
Okay. So they can just mention all the shift and the conditions and they like right there rather than
Everything would be under and logic.
and logic. Okay. Okay. So for example, like the one of the calculation I had was the time day condition is Saturday or Sunday. So can I just put under the time day condition Saturday or Sunday right there rather than creating a calculated field?
If you would do is Saturday, Sunday, then it would be and logic for Saturday, Sunday, not or logic. Your condition is either Saturday or Sunday.
Right. So if I do, if it is Saturday and Sunday, then I can just put it right here under the time day condition rather than
Your
create.
condition your condition will not work because it would be and logic. It won't work.
No, but if it
It won't.
was and logic,
If it is a and logic, but the calculation would not. There's no make. There's no sense of making that calculation. The calculation will never work on Saturday or Sunday because the condition will see is Saturday is Sunday. It will never work. It's
okay.
if that day is Saturday, the condition will come over here. All right. There is no sense over there. This calculation will not work ever.
Okay.
If you add it's Sunday, okay, what will happen? On today's 21. On Saturday, if there's a condition, the system will come and see it's Saturday true, but it's Sunday false. If it is Sunday, all right, on that particular day, it is a day calculation. It will come again. Is Saturday false? Is Sunday true? So overall, the condition will fail.
Okay. Okay.
So instead of that, create a calculated field and add and or logic.
Yeah. Okay.
That is a thing. Okay. Now, what else? Come, let's.
And I did see one more that I thought I'll check with you. And I thought I'll ask you about the paid holiday. So they mentioned that the time day condition is a holiday. That was the condition. And then
Is
they,
holiday. Is holiday condition over here. Just add is holiday. There's a field automatically.
okay, time day condition is holiday.
Everything is there in Workday. It gives you everything.
So that's the only condition we will do, or in the quantity, like will we add the calculated field as well?
If you want to, why you would like to know is holiday? If that is a holiday, public holiday, just is holiday.
It's holiday. Okay, okay. So we don't put the any calculated field or anything. And then in the quantity, like what do we do? Because that's a mandatory field, right?
Which, if it is a time block, create calculation. Time block create calculation. If it is a quantity, you whatever you feel suitable, whatever requirement says, what the requirement is saying over there.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Sounds okay, sounds good. Yeah, those were the questions I had. And okay, so I will create the other one that we talked about. Mostly, like, yeah, I think it kind of comes out of the experience when you start doing, and
Yeah.
like many of them, then you'll figure it out. But yeah, but I understand the whole concept of it and how to do it and things like that. So it kind of makes sense.
Great, great. So your time tracking, so you have not managed to pass the exam. Sorry for that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
finished most of them though. Like it was just one thing I didn't do
So
it.
I scored around like 95 when I did my time tracking exam during my
Okay.
certification. I gave the test and this. No, you most doesn't work now. In SCM also it doesn't work. So you did not manage to pass the exam.
Miss
So it was
one calculation,
two calculations haven't done. The labels are not done. So yeah.
but
So
that's because of
50%.
the system,
So
not
so
because
so,
of the problem, because
so
the system was
that I would
what.
that I would that why should I take it as into consideration? This is not my problem. You complain it to Cloud Foundation. So the minimum criteria of getting pass is 70% in any exam in work days.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
one of the workers it is not done. So 50% is gone away. So you scored just 50. So that is something you have failed the
No,
exam. At the end result, the client doesn't see what struggles you have done.
but when you're doing it in Workday, like when you're doing it in the real training, like I mean, they will give you proper system, right? The tenant won't act up like this.
We get separate tenants.
Yeah.
Everyone gets separate tenants.